Yeah, preparation for this year's Open's been going well. I generally like to arrive quite early up to the Open Championship because I think there's a considerable adjustment you have to make to playing links golf, as we don't play that so much throughout the year. So I've got here midweek, the week beforehand, and played a lot of rounds of golf and starting to develop a nice comfort level with Hoylake. My game's been really good the last month or so. I've been very pleased with it. I've had some good results, and the work I've done on my game the last few weeks since the US Opens, I think falling into a nice spot. So if I can get a good feeling for the links this week, I'll be in good shape. Well, everything's changed in 8 years, really. It always does, and I think the golf course has even changed. It's playing extremely different than it did in '06. So you've just got to treat it like a new week. Of course, having some familiarity with the course is important, but it's playing so much, I would say, fairer than in '06. It was a really burnt out, fast running golf course, and we're going to see a lot more good shots get rewarded here this week. I think we've seen a lot of players really raise their standard of golf this year. Obviously, there are always the usual suspects, but I think there are a few American guys that potentially could surprise on the links this year. I think Jimmy Walker's been playing very solid this year, and obviously with the UK hope of Justin Rose hitting good form the last couple of weeks, his expectations must be high coming in this week. Yeah, I think the biggest thing with the weather this week at Hoylake would be the wind. The rain is a factor, of course, only if it's really heavy, but the wind can really determine how difficult this golf course plays, and you don't need that much for it to all of a sudden play a few shots harder. So I'm sure the organisers are hoping a little bit of wind blows and makes it very interesting for us. You have to play the shots as you see them and play to your strengths, that's for sure. We played a very extreme setup last time in how dry the conditions were, and there was only one guy smart enough to figure out that you didn't need your woods. But I think this time around it's playing slightly different, and certainly my strength is driving, and if there's an opportunity to pull the driver out, I'm going to pull it and hopefully take advantage of being a little further down the fairway. I think there's pressure to perform any week that you're world number one. If you look at the way everyone heaped expectation on Tiger for the last 15 years, there was a lot of pressure on him to perform, and he did an incredible job of doing it. I think he outperformed everyone's expectations, but certainly there is pressure to play well as the world number one. And I think no matter how long you've been there, there's a feeling that every week you have to validate that position with a good play.